Hello everybody, Great Taz here once again with another Last Caretaker video. And in this video we'll be continuing on with the log series that I have already started. And I was going to do a little bit different this time. However, after reading this log, I was kind of confused and wasn't 100% sure what it was pertaining to or what it specifically was supposed to be. So if you have an idea or please let me know down in the comments and I will go find it and I will make a video on it that respects the actual log. Alright, so let's go ahead and get on to it, shall we? Alright, here we are at our fancy dancy normal Pico 1.0 terminal, and we're going to go into our log data. Today's is going to be Roth's Anomaly. Roth's Anomaly, I have read through this one, is a very interesting, and I hope you stick around. I have a thought on what this is referencing. However, I'm not 100% sure, so stick around to the end to hear my thoughts. This one, like I said, Dr. Roth's Anomaly, it is a 10-pager, and it's from Dr. Marcus Roth and is part of his cryologs. And log 1 is about discovery or day 1. The location is the Antarctic subsurface impact site. The timestamp is 0214. I'm guessing that is in 24-hour clock, so that would be 2:14 in the morning. Research post Theta 9. He says, "We weren't supposed to even be here. The scanner said dense anomaly, something beneath a kilometer of ice. They sent me because I'm the one who doesn't ask too many questions. We drilled, the ice cracked, and there it was. A shard embedded in frozen rock, pulsating faintly. I told the team to not touch it, but the orders from Moses are clear. Sample and report. The filaments, they're still flexible at sub-zero temperatures. They breathe. What have we pulled from the Earth's cold heart?" Log 2 initial tests, day 14. Location is on the research vessel Calypso. Timestamp is 1945. Again, 24-hour clock, so that would be 7:45 p.m. Secure lab module. The sample resists dissection. Under heat lamps, it reacts. It grows thin, hair-like threads, reaching towards the light. A pulse travels through the fibers. Like a slow heartbeat, it's self-repairing too. Cut it, and the fibers weave themselves back together. This isn't inert. It feels aware. One technician swears he saw it flinch when his scalpel got too close. The crew is uneasy. I think I kind of would be too. Number 3. Anomalous growth, if that's how that's said. If you know. Yeah, I goofed that one up. Now at Research Outpost Data, Secure Lab. The timestamp is 0330. Lab quarantine protocol active. We made a mistake. The sample was exposed to nutrient-rich soil overnight. By morning, it had grown out of containment, thin tendrils crawling across the bench, searching. They're hungry. I've submitted the full report to Moses. They replied with a single directive: proceed with extreme caution. Observe. My hands are shaking as I write this. We've crossed the line. We don't even know where it was. Yeah, sounds like they crossed the line. Goodness gracious. Number 4. The incident. Day 88. Research post Theta 9 in the secure lab quarantine zone. 2217. Emergency protocol alpha triggered. It moved. Not grew. Moved. When exposed to specific frequencies of high-pitched resonance, it reacted. The tendrils twisted, formed shapes, patterns that looked deliberate. Someone joked that it looked like writing. That was hours ago. Now the lab smells like ozone, and the growth is accelerating in the shadows. I don't sleep anymore. This sounds a lot like something to do with the horns. Research vessel Calypso. We're back on the boat. Encrypted command channel at 11:45. Moses has sent me schematics, instructions to cultivate the filaments into biological adaptive nodes. They're calling it the Canoon Initiative. I asked for clarification. They said it's for the long-term environmental deployment. They want me to turn this stain into a system, a tool. I'm supposed to control it, direct it, harness it. But how do you control something that thinks? Yeah. Log 6, the turning point, day 200. Deep Sea Observation Module at 0456. Manual override systems active. Were submerged the first prototype into the deep sea vent system last week. The tentacles expanded rapidly, anchoring themselves into the seabed. They started harvesting nutrients, minerals. They drew everything from their surroundings, forming dense clusters of biomass nodes. But then they stopped reacting to commands. The nodes are still growing. They're still alive. Moses says, we've succeeded. Succeeded in what? I'm not sure I really want to know. Log 7, losing control, day 260. Deep sea module, Omega Depths. Not quite sure where that is, and that's why I'm not quite sure what this is insinuating. I'm pretty sure it's a spot on the map. I just haven't found. 0114, emergency isolation protocols engaged. The tentacles have become anatonomous. Ooh, they're alive and doing whatever they want. Uh-oh. They respond to darkness, curling inward like sleeping serpents. In light, they extend, reach, pulse. The nodes are hatching now. Small, fibrous, gross, detached, and floating into the currents. They're alive, independent. I reported this anomaly to Moses. The reply was short. Expected parameters. Continue. Expected? This isn't research anymore. It's containment. Yeah, I agree. Log 8. Isolation. Day 300. This is 300 days since they found it. Ooh. Experimental Abyssal Station. Deep Ocean Trench, 1722. Manual systems lockdown. They've cut communication to the surface. The cocoon nodes have overgrown parts of the station. I can hear faint scraping sounds echoing through the vents. Tiny tendrils are trying to breach sealed bulkheads. I've managed to seal myself in the cryo chamber. The last emergency protocol. I've set it to activate in intervals, just enough to keep me alive while reducing energy consumption. But even here, in the cold dark, I can feel them. Yeesh. 9 of 10. Cryogenic isolation chamber. Deep sea abyss. Timestamp says data's fragmented. It's been corrupted. If you read this log, know that we didn't build the future, we grew it. The tentacles weren't just tools. They were answers to questions we never should have asked. I hope whoever discovers this knows how to stop them, or how to listen, because they're listening even now in the dark. They are listening. Log 10 is called Silence, the final transmission, final log. Unknown deep sea coordinates. The timestamp says the signal's lost. There's no more light here, no more sound, only the hum of something vast. Now, this sounds like a particular mass. Like we see these masses all over when we go to sites or go underwater where there's tentacles growing and then the big ball portion that is on top of them. I can only think that maybe has something to do with it, but there's like a mother node somewhere that we're supposed to discover and maybe communicate with it or destroy it. Not quite sure, and that's where you come in. If you figured out what Darkest Marcus Roth's anomaly is, let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this, again, this was very just blatantly looking at the screen, not a lot of action going on. But if you still enjoyed hearing the logs, which you can listen to at any point in time and not have to worry about paying attention to something going on to the screen, kind of like a vlog. So if you enjoyed this, make sure that you click that like button, and I really hope you do. And again, if you got any comments about how this has gone about or what your opinions on this log is about, leave them down below in the comments. It helps out. And even if you don't have a comment on this, just leave your favorite emoji. Any engagement helps. With all that being said, if you're not subscribed and you want to keep up to date with my log series for The Last Caretaker or anything else I do with The Last Caretaker, make sure you click that button. But maybe The Last Caretaker isn't the only thing that you're interested in that I might produce. So go ahead and click that notification bell, changing it from personalized to all to get notifications for all videos that I upload here. And I'm Great Taz over here at Great Taz Gaming, where gaming for fun is how it's done. See you guys in the next one, and maybe we'll see you out in that deep blue ocean. Later!